the same thing that He has on Him. And I want to develop it. Give me just a little bit of room. So He says the Father, I'm going to ask the Father, He's going to give you another comforter. Well, what is interesting is this is a pun. Because of verse 1, what does verse 1 say? Let not your hearts be troubled. So now in verse 18, is it? Or is it still 16? 16. He's going to give us a comforter which speaks back to verse 1. But this word is a compound word coming from the prefix para and the root word kaleo. Now, it's going to get good right here. So what he just said was, now guys, I've just spent 15 verses telling you, you don't have to become overwhelmed by your present circumstance. I want you to know I'm getting ready to leave you, but I'm not going to leave you. What does look at verse 18. What's it say? I will not leave you comfortless. It's the Greek word. I will not leave you as orphans. I'm not going to leave you that way. Really, I'm not going to leave you. I'm just going to. You remember when you were on the boat and you guys were out at sea and a storm came and y'all saw me walking on the water and y'all didn't recognize me. And listen to what Peter said. He came in another form. And you remember I had to call out to you my name and I told you I am that I am. Although the King James says, be not afraid, it is I. But the Greek says, and he called out his name and said, I am that I am. And they said, oh, now we know who he is. But he came to them in a different form, and because it was a different form, they didn't immediately recognize him. He said, you remember? The disciples said, yeah, I think we remember Jesus. Well, watch this. I'm getting ready to come to you in another form. But the same Jesus, Acts chapter 1, you see taken from you, is going to be the same Jesus that's going to come back for you. Now that can be eschatological, that can be end-time prophetic understanding, or that can be more relevant to the rest of the teachings of the New Testament. It can be both, not either or. So we understand in Acts chapter 1, Jesus ascended, and in Acts chapter 2, the Holy Ghost descended. It was a different form of the same person. I'm getting ready to say something I can't wait to say now. I'm trying to hold it back. All right, now watch. Just give me a few more minutes. Just watch. So he said, I'm going to ask the Father. Don't be so disturbed, guys. Don't be so overwhelmed with fear. Come on, I'm going away. But the Father, who is the parent, the one that is the final authority, He's going to give you the exact same kind that you see in the flesh. Let me call Him a comforter. So we break this word down, and the prefix para means one who is called beside. Beside. A para-church ministry is a ministry that operates alongside of a church. Para-church. Para. Alongside. With. Alright? And then there's the word kaleo, which means to call something. So let me make sure I have this understood. So what Jesus just said to His disciples, whatever you shall ask me in my name. And I took about a service and a half to tell you that His name was not given, His name was called. The angel said, you will call His name. Now He said, the same thing you see in me is going to be given to you. I'm going to name Him Parakletos. And they heard Him say, what is called to us? The call Jesus was put on Jesus. Now He turns to His disciples and He said, and this call I'm going to put on you.